Welcome. I am the Archivist, and this is True Crime Stories, pulling threads of truth from the darkest knots. Here we preserve the record, dust off forgotten files, and follow the evidence wherever it bleeds. No rumors, no fluff, just a case to victims and the facts that refuse to stay buried. If it hides in shadows, we bring a light. If it twists, we untangle. You're here for the truth, and we keep the tape rolling. Welcome to the Alex Murdaugh case. In the low country of South Carolina, the Murdaugh family name meant power, prestige, and absolute control. For over a century, they were a dynasty of lawyers and prosecutors, a family woven into the fabric of the state. But on one fateful night, that legacy of power was shattered by a single, chilling 911 call. What followed was a crime story so twisted and unbelievable, it would expose a web of financial crimes, family secrets, and a shocking double murder that brought an entire empire crashing down. The story begins on the evening of June 7th, 2021. The call came from Alex Murdaugh, a man who, by all accounts, was at the height of his power. He told the dispatcher he had just returned home to his family's hunting lodge to find the bodies of his wife, Maggie, and his youngest son, Paul. They had been shot multiple times, and their deaths were nothing short of a brutal execution. The scene was one of chaos and unspeakable tragedy. But from the beginning, something didn't feel right. Police noted that there was no sign of a break-in, and Murdaugh's behavior was erratic. The powerful Murdaugh family, once thought to be above the law, was now at the very center of a homicide investigation. As investigators dug deeper into the murders, a completely separate and equally shocking story began to emerge. The search for a motive led police not to a rival or a vengeful enemy, but to a hidden life of deception. Alex Murdaugh, the powerful lawyer, was drowning in debt from a massive opioid addiction and a series of financial crimes. He had been embezzling millions of dollars from his law firm and his clients for years. The prosecution would argue that Murdaugh's financial house of cards was about to collapse, and that he committed the murders in a desperate attempt to gain sympathy and deflect attention from his financial crimes. The grand jury would later charge him with more than 100 counts of financial fraud and embezzlement, a crime spree that had been going on for years. The trial began in January 2023, and it quickly became a national spectacle. The evidence against Murdaugh was circumstantial but compelling. Key testimony came from a single piece of evidence, a cell phone video recorded by his son Paul, just minutes before the murders. In the video, Murdaugh's voice could be heard in the background, a detail he had repeatedly lied about to police. The jury watched as Murdaugh took the stand, denying the murders, but admitting to a life of lies and addiction. He claimed that his lies about his whereabouts on the night of the murders were a result of paranoid thinking from his opioid abuse. This was a man on a public stage, facing a jury of his peers, while an entire nation watched his fall from grace. After a trial that lasted over a month, the jury took less than 3 hours to reach a verdict. Alex Murdaugh was found guilty of 2 counts of murder and sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. While the verdict provided a sense of closure, the story is far from over. In the months that followed, allegations of jury tampering surfaced, claiming that the court clerk, Becky Hill, had improperly influenced the jury. This led to a new motion for a trial, which was ultimately denied in January 2024. The saga took another shocking turn in May of 2025, when Becky Hill was arrested and charged with felony misconduct. The Murdaugh saga continues to raise questions about a legacy of corruption, a family's dark secrets, and a community's struggle for justice against a powerful dynasty. The Murdaugh family story is a chilling reminder that no amount of power or privilege can protect you from the truth. What do you think about the verdict and the lingering questions in this case? Let us know in the comments below. And for more deep dives into the stories behind the headlines, subscribe to True Crime Stories.